Hey guys, we're here with Apple Reviews, the only show that we can go through and give our critical feedback on different kinds of apples. And so today, this is the first episode, so I thought it'd be great if we could introduce ourselves. So I'm Chris. I'm qualified to review apples because I've been eating them my entire life. I especially like when you cut them in half and you get that cool little, half apple thing. It's great. My favorite apple is the Honeycrisp, but I'm ready to be enlightened with the new flavor.
I'm Joseph. I've been professionally eating apples for at least 5 weeks. I have to say my favorite apple is the Envy apple, but a close second is the Honeycrisp.
And hi guys, my name is Lucas, and I really got started on the apple journey when I started playing Apples to Apples as a kid. It was a great game, but I really didn't like apples as a kid. I used to always eat them with peanut butter, things like that. But it was only like 2 months ago that I realized the magical journey in your mouth when you actually eat an apple. Ever since then, I've spent a lot of time eating lots of different apples, lots of different countries. My favorite apple right now is one of the pink ladies. That's right.
That's great. And last but not least, we have our Apple Master off camera, Seth, who's going to be giving us the apple that we're going to eat today. So Seth, what apple are we going to enjoy today?
Well, see, today we have the Fuji apple. The Fuji is a part of the cultivar family, and it was developed in 1930s in a research station in Japan. It's actually it's a combination of the Red Delicious and the Virginia Rawls Garnet.
Well,
Interesting.
Very
I see.
interesting.
I love Japanese apples, so
I can't say I've ever had one, but I'm ready to experience
I've seen
this.
there's been some great developments in Japanese apples recently. There was this berry-looking apple. It came out in like 2010, and I'm ready to see that hit the market. I can't wait to try this.
So, upon first impression of the Fuji apple, first of all, it's a good size.
Yeah.
Good shape.
Fits in the hand nicely.
Yeah. Not too big.
No, I
good
can
snack.
stuff that in my backpack,
right.
Eat it for lunch. It's great. I really love the color on this apple because it's not a solid color, but it's more of a gradient between yellow and green and red, and even between different apples. See, we have another one here. It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's
And what I find most interesting here is you look at the bottoms here, and they're really, really nice, and got this dark red color here in the bottom. I don't know if the camera can see that very well, but it's to me, very rich experiential quality looking at the bottom of this apple, and you can really identify that this is the Fuji you're looking at.
So, Seth, what kind of Fuji apples do we have right in front of us?
All right, so the two apples, we have one of them cut. We have this apple and the other one that we saw was recently bought at the store, and we have one organic apple here, which it'll be interesting to see the different variations in the two.
Right,
Yeah.
so we have 2 Fuji apples, 1 cut up Fuji apple, which we're going to eat, and then we have an organic apple, which I guess we'll just bite into like barbarians. But that'll give us a good taste if you're actually going to eat it in a real world scenario.
Right.
I have to say I'm very, very excited to try this.
Thank you.
First time I've tried this, so let's
And
just...
immediately I notice here, you're looking at the skin, and I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Feels rather smooth, but
Yeah.
I can feel the groove. So I really think this thing's going to get stuck in my teeth.
I don't have a micrometer on me at the moment, but I have to say, this skin is looking like a nice thickness, I have to say.
And I love the smell, too.
I was just going to say, I smell the apple. It's a really great aroma.
I can imagine the rivers of Fuji coming down from the mountain. Rivers? that's not right.
Very vivid picture.
It's like I'm going to Mount Fuji in Japan every time I sniff this apple.
right.
Yeah. This just takes us right to Japan. It's just so
I agree.
characteristic.
All right, you guys ready? You want to go cheers on
Yeah.
Chink?
Cheers.
Chink. Oh my god.
That's different. I like it.
It's not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really what I was expecting either.
Wow. I have to say I'm astounded.
Me too. I have to say I really like this apple.
I like the flavor.
It might be my new favorite apple.
So the first thing I really have to point out here is that the skin is not at all what I expected. I can feel the grooves, but it's really, really smooth, right? So I immediately think of something like the Golden Delicious, right? So like the Golden Delicious apple, like it just doesn't get stuck in your teeth, and I love that about an apple because nothing's worse about eating an apple than when the apple gets stuck in your teeth, and afterwards you want to smile at your friends, but you kind of look stupid, right? You want to go floss or go brush your teeth, but you don't get that here, and so it's like a nice size. You take it to lunch, and you don't get bullied.
Not getting bullied is a great thing.
Yeah.
So I did notice with the apple is the texture is a little different. I don't know what you guys thought about the texture of the actual flesh of the apple. It feels a little dry, if anything. I don't know if you agree with that.
It's kind of dry.
It is dry.
I have to say I'm gonna go against the grain here and say I don't agree with you guys. I think it's quite the opposite.
Oh, well.
So put it in your mouth and just crunch, right? And try to feel how much water you're getting. It's not much. It's not much.
Oh, yeah.
It's not much.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. Yeah.
No.
But I have to say,
I'm gonna take this piece.
it's not too tart. It's not like a Granny Smith. It's not like super overwhelmingly sweet. I think it's nice
good.
It's a
milk.
milder apple.
Yeah.
It's definitely mild.
Right. Joe here is right. It's just not. I can't really taste the sweetness or tartness. It's like a neutral flavor. How would you guys describe this kind of flavor?
I think neutral is the best way.
I would say very balanced.
Balanced.
I think
That's
this
good.
apple
That's
is very balanced. Everything about the apple is quite balanced. I mean, it's good size, good balanced size. You see some apples that are so big and you can barely fit them in your backpack and they get bruised because they're in. This is a good size apple, balanced. And then the flavor itself is balanced. It's not too tart, but it's really not that sweet. It's not super dry like some apples I've had. Like, I personally think the Red Delicious apple is quite dry.
Yeah.
But it's still not overly juicy like some apples.
You know what?
It doesn't run down your face.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
critique it for that though, because I have to say, I really like to see when apples take a position. I really like to see when apple researchers really take a position on either side. Do you want sweetness here? Do you want tartness here? When you get a neutral apple like this, it's okay. I mean, that's something you can do, but in my professional opinion, I really value an apple that's just going for it, the sweetness or the tartness.
Yeah, I've said I do admire that, but I don't love a super tart apple, but I can respect it.
It's good to have respect for apples.
No.
This is the organic Fuji apple.
So this is organic, and immediately I noticed the color's a little different. So maybe it's the pesticides.
It's a little lighter, I think.
It's definitely lighter. That's a good theory. Do pesticides make apples redder?
I don't know. Leave your ideas in the comments.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
It smells the same. Upon licking the tip of the apple, it tastes the same.
I'm just gonna take a bite. Wow. I'm blown away. It's so much more tartar than the non-organic one.
I have to agree. I think the very same thing.
Do pesticides make apples sweeter? Who knows?
Alright guys, that was our thoughts on the Fuji apple. So to end out the review, we're going to give our official score out of 10. So to start out, I really like this apple. I don't like the texture. It's not quite, there's not enough juices inside for me. So because of that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I have to say, despite your criticisms, that's a pretty good score. And I rather like this one. I thought it was a good apple. Not too much here, not too much there. So I'm actually gonna agree and also give it a 7 out of 10. Lucas?
This apple just didn't hit the mark for me. I was really hoping this apple would take me to Mount Fuji, but it just didn't. It was the neutral taste that really got to me. I really just when I taste an apple, right, I really want to see an apple leaning either into its sweetness or into its tartness. Apple had some good things. It's a safe choice, I would say. It's a safe choice if you're going to school, you want to buy your kids a snack or something. But it's just not just hitting it for me, and that's why I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 10.
Ooh, a 3 out of 10.
That's rough.
So that's it, guys. This is probably an average apple. If you need an apple, this is not a bad choice, but we think you can do better. So, Apple Master Seth, what's our hint for the apple we're going to do next week?
The next apple is going to be golden.
Golden.
Look at that.
I don't know.
Oh man.
Man, I'm excited to see what the next apple is, and you guys should be too. Hit the subscribe button, check the bell. You don't want to miss next week's video with an apple that's golden. Thanks, guys. It's Apple Reviews out.